the information has to be passed in order for the idea of survival to even happen. You understand? If you know, that the trade-off, there should always be a trade-off of wisdom and strength. You know what I mean? The wisdom of the elders and the strength of the youth should always have a trade-off. In other words, it should always be, listen, I'm gonna school y'all young heads on how this go. And then their response should be, and we'll be your army, OG. You dig? That's what it's supposed to be. I'm gonna school you, young brother and young sister, on how this game go. You be who you are. I'm not judging nobody. But let me school you on the things that you're supposed to know, because I know some things that you don't. And their response is always supposed to be, if it's the right connection, it's supposed to be, yo, we'll be your army, OG. We got your back. You know what I mean? And then when you have that trade-off of wisdom and strength, it becomes like, it's amazing. The outcome of that is amazing. The problem comes in when you try to tell somebody who ain't never had nothing, you know, to hold on, wait, just be easy, be careful. You have to know how to manage your discipline at that point. And then you always have those outside influences that don't mean anybody no good to come in flashing their riches and the probabilities and the possibilities of you being something that you always wanted to be faster than the lesson is supposed to go. You dig what I'm saying? So we have to always remember that, you know, time, you have to manage your time. Not only the time you spend just living, but the time you spend, you know, having the experience of living. You know what I mean? You can't rush that experience. So you have to know your past. Your history is important. And a lot of people, they think they know what corporate does is they try to give you their interpretation of our history. So we got the same classic rap legends presented all the time, and you forget about the other ones that they weren't up on. And you have to snap out of that, because you have access to a computer in your hand every day. You dig what I'm saying? So you can find a balance between searching for your research and your history and reaching directly out to the person that's still alive that was from that time and era. That's this wisdom and the trade-off. You see what I'm saying? So we have the wisdom. It's like you want to know how to be a great mechanic. You want to know how to be a great boxer. You want to know how to be a great business owner. You can find all of that shit right in your phone on an app, and you can touch bases with people on these, whether it's, you know, I'm not doing promotion for none of these platforms, but I'm just saying, like, whatever it is, you can reach right out to the person. And if it's really them, you'll get the response. If it's really not, that'll eventually be exposed. So, you know, you got to know your history. And then once you get your history, you got to know how to manage it, know how to implement the information to your lifestyle and to your moving forward. And that's what keeps a culture strong. But, you know, you got the weak people. Sometimes people focus more on what weakens the situation than what strengthens it. It's almost as awkward as somebody saying, you know, to somebody they don't know, you have gratitude for people you don't know, but the people who are around you every day that do great deeds for you, you can't even thank them. You know what I mean? You won't even say, yo, man, thank you for everything you've done for me or my family or my friend, or even just who you are, showing me ways that I can focus on other than stupidity. But a motherfucker they don't know can do something, and they so quick to want to, you know, show gratitude or this false sense of gratitude to the wrong entity or the wrong person. It's all bullshit. You know what I mean? And you have to think about, you know, what's real. You have a right to understand, to know your history. You have a right to learn it. You have a right to know it. You also have a right to, you know, accept it or not. So, you know what I mean? I don't get mad about cats who don't know my portion of what I do, because the information is out there for you to see it. It's up to you, bro. I'm still here. I'm still building bricks and putting them in the wall. I ain't got time to worry about what somebody else ain't doing. You dig? The one thing that a lot of the old heads fail to realize is that these kids are listening to lyrics. So that's why you see me continue to make music right now, saying things about the history that I've had on this planet and in my portion of life. I'm giving them that history. If you know, I can't understand how anybody can't think about what to write rhymes about or write songs about when we all still have experiences that we go through every day, you know. But when you get stuck with these made up concepts of you doing all the shit you didn't do and saying all the shit that you did and it was all bullshit, you're gonna run into a brick wall at some point, because now you don't want to really say what you want to say. That's why you have to write your experience, write the life experience. And that's what these young cats is listening to. They listening to the lyrics, because you can't just pull them aside and talk to them. You know that ain't working. We done seen that already, you know? And do we have any responsibility to it? Maybe, you know what I mean? I'm gonna say maybe, you know what I mean? Especially, we have a responsibility to wanting to see the culture go forward. That's where the responsibility is. And part of that responsibility is teaching the next generation how it goes. We owe them that. We definitely owe them that. You know, I don't owe them the cosign of their bullshit that they do. You dig? So I don't owe them that. I just owe them the right information, and how they use it is how they use it. So you have to do your part. And I'd rather do mine in my music. That way I'll kill two birds with one stone. I can school the heads that need to hear it, and I can get my song written and get my therapy done and my shit done, you know, because that's what it is. You dig what I'm saying? Because life presents you these situations, and you either gonna fight about it, write about it, or you know what I'm saying, or just, you know, it's a wrap. You know, you got to figure out where you're going, and that's your responsibility. We have to stop leaning on everybody else to hold you up. That's their choice to do that. If they do it, shit, man, that's how you know who you rocking with. But if you stand around looking for everybody to hold you up, and they kind of hold their own shit up, you know what I mean? This is real deal shit we dealing with right now. So you have to, you know, look at where it's going. Music is about to be totally different. So there's going to be a whole new way to take advantage of a motherfucker. Start doing your homework. Now, start doing your homework. Start understanding how this shit go. Am I going to even want to be bothered with this shit? You know what I mean? So if you wasn't prepared, I know dudes right now that's just getting cell phones, and they like, nigga, ain't no dial tone on this shit. I don't understand this shit. How this shit works? You know what I'm saying? So you have to set yourself up, man. There's always going to be a future for something or somebody.